Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a get ready with me video that includes this gorgeous look that I created using the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I have a lot to say about this palette, so if you guys are interested, then please continue watching. We're gonna get right into it. I am starting off with bare skin today. I did add a little bit of moisturizer from this morning, but otherwise nothing else. I do want to do a little bit of a get ready with me video today. So first off, let's start with the base. So Merit Beauty was kind enough to send me their new Great Skin Serum, and I have been wanting to try this. I'm really interested in using this product. I did see it all over their Instagram and it looks really beautiful, especially during the winter season to come. I do have very dry skin, especially during the winter season, so I love any kind of deep moisturizers or serums like this one. It's meant to be worn underneath your makeup. It's meant to plump your skin, give that brightening effect, and kind of increase that hydration. So it's perfect for the winter season. For those of you that haven't tried Merit Beauty products before, they are a minimalistic type of beauty company, and I really love their products, especially their lip tints and also their blushes, but I'm really excited to try this serum. So this is the Merit Beauty Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, and inside it has 2% niacinamide, which is great for brightening the skin. It does have 4 types of hyaluronic acid, which is great for hydration, and it does have caffeine-rich cocoa seed extract, and this is a great product for plumping the skin. Now it also has Japanese gold thread root, and this is great for soothing and antioxidant protection. That's interesting. Something else that's really impressive about this product is it is pH balanced. So that means that it's really good for people that have acne prone skin, and everyone really needs that good pH balanced product on their skin just because you don't want breakouts. So this is a biphasic type of serum. As you can see, there's 2 different phases. So you do need to mix it together. And it's a really interesting product. I've never seen a type of primer per se that's in a serum formula. This is what it looks like all mixed up. At first I thought this was an oil, but it's more of a serum. So I'm going to take about 3 pumps. It is very runny, so you need to be careful. It doesn't really have a scent to it. I feel like the scent just comes from the natural products or the natural components in the serum. Okay, it's not an oil per se, or it doesn't feel like an oil. It's just really sinking into my skin beautifully. Okay, so I'm just going to pat that into my skin, and it feels really nice. My skin is soaking that right up, and what I love with any of my skincare products is just to kind of apply them onto my hand as well. I really do like that this comes in a pump. It really makes it so much more convenient. Usually products like this come in a dropper. So this is something else that I really love about this product, and it actually looks great on my skin. We can obviously see a little bit of that brightening effect, the plumping effect, and my skin feels so hydrated. Merit Beauty is running Black Friday sales that start on the 21st with 20% off single items, and they also have really cute gift sets as well. So definitely do check them out. I will leave links down below in the description box. So today I am using the Chanel Le Beige foundation. This one is in shade B30. And I use this foundation all the time. So there's a foundation. It is sitting nicely right over the serum. Now I'm going to apply some concealer, and of course I'm going to apply my all-time favorite Dior Forever concealer. This one is in shade 2N. Now I'm going to bronze up my face using Chanel's Le Beige. This one is in shade medium. Today I'm just going to use my beauty blender and going into the product. I'm just applying it where I normally apply my bronzer. So that's pretty much my go-to base type of makeup, just no fuss, very natural, and just easy to work with. Now let's get into the palette. So this is the Natasha Retro Glam palette. Now, I honestly feel like this palette is more of a spring palette. I'm not sure why Natasha released it right now, mid-November. The Retro Glam palette is pretty much inspired by both this palette, which is the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and also the Mini Retro palette, both of which are my favorite palettes from Natasha Denona. So it was a no-brainer. I had to go for the new palette. When I purchased the Glam palette, I thought honestly it was a very boring type of palette. I still purchased it, and I was very surprised. It has become one of my most used Natasha Denona palettes, and I just love the diversity of the shades. They are very neutral, but also very glam in a way, so you can really dress it up or dress it down. You can really use it for so many different occasions. The Mini Retro palette was such a favorite of mine for such a long time. This came out, I believe, 2 years ago, and I just loved it. It was such a good formula. The shades were beautiful. You can wear it during the spring, summer, or evening. This palette wasn't a surprise. Immediately when it first came out, I knew that I loved the shades, and it did not disappoint. So let's see what the new Retro palette looks like. Now, I know that this palette isn't going to be a favorite to so many because when you first see it, you see the green, and green isn't really a type of shade that you would normally use or is very easy to use, but the palette for this is gorgeous. It's very different. There is like a hard plastic right on top. It's very different from Natasha's usual palette, which looks like this. This one has that kind of little plastic right on top. It's gorgeous. And here are the shades, just stunning. Now, I do wonder whether or not these 3 shades over here are chalky. So let's swatch them. Ooh, I love Natasha Denona's formulas. They are some of the best. Ooh, very pretty. Okay, so not chalky. So these shades are not chalky. They are very creamy, but they really are spring shades. So pretty. I'm not sure why this came out now. This is definitely a spring palette. So I wonder what Natasha is going to do during the springtime. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply this on. Now, I did see a look that Natasha created on her Instagram that I am really in love with. So I'm going to try and recreate it. First, I'm going to pick this nude shade called Lucy, and I'm just going to add this pretty much all over my eyelid, but concentrating it kind of in my crease. This is really just a base shade. You can hardly really see any color, but it's quite nice to kind of lay on before you add the other colors. Now I'm going to pick up this gorgeous shade in Evergreen, and we're just going to apply this to the outer corner. These formulas are stunning. Now I'm going to pick up Marlin and just concentrate that in the middle. So pretty. And then I want to pick up Paladine, and we're going to add that to the inner corner. Look at how stunning the transition of shades are from dark to lighter. So there we are, that's all 3 of the shades. So this is Evergreen on the outer corner, and then I added Marlin in the middle and the Paladine gorgeous shade right in the inner corner. Natasha did use a brown eyeliner for this look. I don't currently own a brown eyeliner, so I am going to use Natasha Denona's eyeliner in black, and we're going to use just an eyeshadow to kind of fool that brown type of look. So I'm just going to line my eyes. Now when your eyeliner is kind of dry, just put it in the back of your hand just to warm it up a little bit. You can also use your hairdryer just to warm up the pencil, and that'll help it slide on. And then just using a brush, I'm going to extend that eyeliner out into a wing. And just smoke it out a little bit. Now that my eyes are lined, I'm going to pick up the shade in Jazz, and this is a very nice shimmer type of brown shade, and right on top of the black liner I'm just going to add that, and that's kind of going to give that liner that brown-like effect. Oh, this is a really pretty shade. Now I'm going to pick up Jazz again, and I'm just going to lay that ever so slightly on the outer corner and then blend it with a fluffy brush. And this is going to smoke the look. I feel like the other shades kind of were too blended in, so I'm going to pick up Marlin and just add that in the middle. Oh, this is such a beautiful shade. And we're going to put some of the Paladine shade in the inner corner. Using a smaller brush, I am going to get into Jazzy again. And I'm going to use that as a liner underneath my eye. So I just added a few coats of mascara. Today I used the Reveiw de Chanel, and this look is honestly so stunning. It's so bright and it's really beautiful. Honestly, I don't see myself using these kind of shades during the winter season, but if you are wearing like a nice evergreen type of dress for the holiday season, I feel like this look would look really nice. I'm going to add some blush, and Merit did send me this blush. This one is in shade Beverly Hills, and I do really like their blushes. They just come like so, and you just apply them. They're so easy to apply. I feel like this shade would look beautiful with this look. The way I use this is I just apply it where I normally like to apply blush. And this is so easy to apply. It's really creamy. And as much as you apply, it just blends so seamlessly into the skin. Then using the bottom part of my beauty blender, I just go ahead and blend it into my skin. Just applies on beautifully, and it looks so natural, as if it's a flush from within. I usually like to apply just a little bit of blush right over here. It's very pretty. For lipstick, I'm going to apply this Chanel shade in a Demi Matte. This is part of their nude collection from the fall. Just because I really have a bright type of eye look, I feel like a nude lipstick would look stunning. And here is the finished look using Natasha Denona's new Retro Glam palette. I think this look turned out surprisingly so stunning, and even though it does have green hues in it, I feel like this palette is really pretty, especially for the spring season. I do see myself using this quite often, but even for the holiday season, it does still have those natural type of shades, and especially similar to the Glam palette, it does have those very nice slightly glitter type of shades, like this shade here in Oz. Let me just go ahead and swatch that. Look at how stunning this shade is. It's just gorgeous. This palette does have quite a few pink shades, so I'm just going to go ahead and swatch them because they are very beautiful. So you can definitely create a pink type of a look using this palette. As you can see, the pink shades aren't very bright. They are very wearable, and I can certainly see kind of a natural type of look really blended well together, and maybe add this pink shade right over here as a pop shade. That would look really stunning. As with all of Natasha Denona's palettes, they are very creamy and there are endless possibilities in the looks that you can create. This is truly a very unique type of palette. Now, this palette won't be for everybody. If you're not someone that likes to really use colors in your eyeshadows, then this palette is probably not going to be for you, but you can really dress it down. It does have some shades that are very neutral and natural, and then if you're not really going to go all out with eyeshadow colors like I did today, what you could do is, just depending on what you're wearing, you can create just a pop of color, maybe add it to the underline of your eyes, maybe a little bit of the pink or the green shades. Just apply that little bit of pop of color, and I feel like that would look really pretty. What I want to mention with Natasha Denona's palettes is they are very much customizable. So say if you do enjoy this palette, but there are some shades that you don't really like, then you can pop these out. So you can see over here, there are some spaces where you can just use a little pin and just pop out the eyeshadow, and you can add any other eyeshadow that you like from Natasha Denona right into the palette. If you are wondering what the differences are between three of these palettes, so the Glam palette is a lot more darker kind of tones. They are more neutral. You have a lot of the darker brown shades. You've got some gold and a silver type of shade. So this is such a stunning type of palette. The Retro Glam palette is a lot more cool tone. Now you do still have those type of glam type of eyeshadows, like the silver shade that's very much similar to Oz, and also the Maxi, I would say, is similar to what you see in the Glam palette, as well as Jazzy, but otherwise everything else is very cool toned, quite different than the Glam palette. As for the mini retro palette, I would say it is very much close to the Retro Glam palette, except the Retro Glam palette again is more cool toned, but they are very similar in shades, and you can see they are very much close sisters to each other. I want to mention something about the Merit Beauty Serum. Now, I have had my makeup on for about an hour now, and the foundation is looking very nice. I feel like my skin looks very glowy. Sometimes it tends to look a little bit dull, especially during the winter season, and it is quite cold out here where I live, so my skin is loving this serum. For those of you that suffer from dry skin, especially during the winter season, I highly recommend that you try this serum out. It is really actually quite nice, and if you don't want to purchase the full size, Merit Beauty does have a little mini set that includes some of their other products and includes this serum in a mini size. And of course, you can always go into any Sephora and try this serum out before you purchase. Now, don't forget, Merit Beauty will be starting off their Black Friday sale starting the 21st, and you can use 20% off on this serum or any of their single item products. And that's it for my review today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope if you were considering the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette, I hope this video made it easier for you. If you are wondering, I did purchase Lisa Eldridge's new eyeshadow palettes as well as some of her new lipsticks, and I'm just waiting for them to come in the mail. I don't know what is taking so long, but once I receive them, I will be doing a full review for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.